Alright, let's see who's got what going on. Well, this ain't gonna change anytime soon. Which is unfortunate, so I'll go for one of my favorites. Wow, Warsprite's doing extremely well. Good for her. Top 50. Even the ham's doing good. Alright, I need to do my part, so let's look for my favorites. Rachel, what are you at? 131? You're like really close to ham, apparently, so. What are you doing? Oh, you're not gonna make it, unfortunately. You're adorable. Pen's gonna, unfortunately, be relegated. How about you, Ha Young? You were, oh yeah, you're not gonna make it either. Oh, but you got that awesome forehead. Lucky Lou, how you doing? 72, huh? I figured she'd be higher than that. Z1, how you doing? Damn! Yeah, you ain't making it. How about you, Bart? 42nd, nice. There you are, Cleveland. 79th place, you went down or like maybe 1 or 2 slots as last I checked. Where are you? Volusia is more popular than Cleveland. Okay. I don't know what to say over that. I'm more impressed. Janus is more popular than Cleveland. It's more popular than Javelin. Huh. Who's the Hall of Fame? Oh, right. I'm not gonna lie, these options suck. Alright, now to throw water over this oil fire. I have some hot takes. And I promised this a couple episodes ago back in the Collab event. The biggest disappointment was the lack of Sunako. Like, absolutely lack of any of it. Oh, I guess the exchange. Oh, it's right there. Just absolutely just upset. No Sunako and not all. That's not the controversy. The controversy is going to come to what people were sort of saying during the event, and that was seen here. So, took me almost the entire event to get her unlocked, but Kotori.
Yosh, こっちは終わり。次はこら、何関係なさそうな顔してるの？さっさと手伝う。
Didn't realize how obnoxious her voice is. Kotori here had a skin for the event. Seen right here. Looking very Honolulu-ish. However, the big issue is that from what I was seeing, and I had to look, I have Sunako's art book here in possession, and it has Data Live designs. Kotori is incredibly flat. She's a legit lolly. And the issue we got here is that for some reason, they gave her Honolulu-sized tits. And people were like, this is not what she looks like. You got Yoshino right. Unfortunately, you also have the same problem with Kurumi. Because while Kurumi is developed, she's not Latin American developed. And to a lot of people saying, wait a minute, we have canon actual appearance of Kotori ass, and it's not this voluptuous. It's a weird controversy because, all in all, I think the designs are okay. Again, no Sunako actually is the real, in my opinion, the real controversy, but fattening the girls up, essentially, is what people were kind of concerned about. Even Origami had that same issue. Looks actually like Origami here. Doesn't look like Origami here. Now, this is saved by an awesome pose and the right amount of sag, so this, at least for me, I could tolerate this a lot, but yeah, those are two different cup sizes. Before and after pregnancy. And that got people sort of talking and thinking, and you know, they come to realize something. The art direction for this franchise has evolved over the last maybe 2 years, and it's not been favorable for a lot of people. So let me just kind of bear with me with this, and I'll try to explain it the best I can. One of the cool things about this game, and many other gachas at the time too, I know like Girls Frontline had the same perk, is that if you were to go look at the original character designs, go all the way in the back here, you can tell each individual artist had a nice little style to themselves, and you can tell, and everyone looked kind of unique in that, so I got a little bit as what I consider like just standouts, you know? All unique, all bold, colors are good and bright, character designs have a lot of ideas put behind them that fit, essentially. And then I went and looked, and people have been complaining, and I've noticed as well, the art direction has evolved into essentially this. And keep in mind, these are mostly characters from this year. And if you were to look at them initially, like, oh, well, you know, art style evolves. This is extremely samey. Body type, color, shading, everything here is extremely samey. And I don't know about you, I think a lot of people are not going to like what I'm going to say, but this is boring. Unironically boring. If it wasn't for the fact of UR status, I don't think Lion would be popular at all. Everyone loves URs, but no. And this is sort of the problem people are kind of pointing out, is that the art direction for this game has evolved into this, and we kind of lost sort of its neat, you know, sort of like a coming together of artists kind of mentality. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know, most likely. I mean, there are a few things that are known. It is done by a group of artists. There's in-house team, and there's the ones they, you know, commission outside. I mean, that's how we get like Ulrich and some of the other characters. A lot of URs actually are sort of like that. The question is that they've kind of adapted to this really fat art style. So everyone has been fattened up, and the question now becomes is why? The only theory I can think of that kind of makes sense is the idea is that with, you know, with other lewd games being hit with the well, you know, we're gonna take you off our marketplace. I can see Azur Lane kind of like shifting away from, like, I guess lollies, or at least less of them to sort of save their hides. But the problem I have with that is the live 2Ds, which I've been showing, you know, in these series with the Taiho and the Pearl and all that other stuff. Those are extremely lewd, and they seem to be doing fine. So. And that doesn't really sort of solve the issue I have where the art style itself, it's not the character design. The character designs, for the most part, are okay. Okay, Nugai here has an ugly art style, but the design's decent. Okay, Duisburg is, you know, a good design, just bad art style. What's going on where everything looks very, very uniform is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna give it a positive description, and I think uniform is a good one. Now ignore the metas. I think metas, I'm sort of fine with all looking kind of like the way they do. But I'm looking around here, and aside from Gallant here, shading, coloring, overall, like just the eyes having no color in there. I mean, Gallant has it, but everything else has these faded eyes. Colors to it, mind you. Something's going on here, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not a big fan of it. And if we go down back to the beginning, just look, everything works. Everything's bright and vivid and colorful, and then you get stuff like this, like Repulse, who also got fattened up, mind you. Vivid, cute, nice designs. Suddenly, all the color is gone, and she got fatter. Javelin. Bold, colors, bright, decent design, unique. That's a special guest, that doesn't count. And then... whoa, color's gone. Now, she didn't get fattened up, that's okay. So, this is one of the things that kind of drew me into the game initially. Was, well, actually, was the NEP collab, but I liked all the designs kind of having their own look to them, by their own artists, with the bright colors, and everything here looks good, everything here looks unique. Everyone stands out, their outfits kind of match what they're supposed to be, essentially. And you fast forward to basically today, and it's just, well, if I can bring it back to you. Wow! It's very, very, very samey with the art direction. Even characters that I do like design-wise fill underneath that thing. Like, you know, Fargo here? Like, Fargo's fine by me, but like, Fargo's art style, like, sucks. You know, what we get here, good design, nice, you know, outfit. I think the art style sucks. Very samey. Devonshire. Excellent design, excellent theme, liked her a lot. I think the art design is too samey. So, what do we take from all this? It looks like Manju seems to have a uniform art style, which seems to put everyone in the same kind of look, essentially, despite everyone having different outfits and different themes, instead of sort of the unique take from a lot of artists. Collab characters seem to be done by the same person, and the same person insists on making them fat. Apparently she is not that big. Oh, here's another example. Great design. I actually like this UR a lot. I'm not gonna... I mean, like I said though, I agree. The art style looks very samey. I don't know. It sounds almost like I'm reading too much into this and I'm trying to find something to make an excuse about, but I do firmly believe that there is sort of a sameness problem going on at the moment. And really, with a few exceptions, like the Chinese here from last year, which I do enjoy. I mean, they're my favorites. They're flat out of adorable, and they're bright and vivid, and they look unique. I've been noticing, yeah, it's just been blah. So, hopefully going forward we get to see some of the original artists actually come back and make art of their characters. I don't know why we're starting to see less and less of them. Enterprise's artist is sort of like missing in action, but that person unfortunately regressed a long time ago. The artist who made pretty much damn near all the original characters on the bottom of his list here is still at it. I mean, this has to be them.
幽霊さんのロングアイランドは
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough of you. I don't need to hear that. Yeah, the first character I actually legit unlocked was Hammond. And guess what? Even she lost her brightness. I mean, yeah, like a lot of artists, I don't know. Look at look, it's like the same like 3 artists made like the majority of the original cast, and then like kind of just went away. I know Yudachi's meta's current meta's artist is still the same. I could somewhat tolerate this because it's definitely a meta take, and metas are supposed to look different visually and thematically. So I'll take that. But hopefully, like I said, this has just been a weird nitpick controversy. But I'm not the only one complaining. There's a lot of people complaining, and who knows what's gonna be what some of the characters are gonna look at going forward. I mean, I think Essex also kind of got hit hard with this. Aside from fattening her up, which kind of makes sense with retrofits, they get fattened up. Okay, you know what? I take it back. Essex has an inconsistent art style. Blue, purple, blue, purple. Okay, so they can't even decide what color her hair is first off. So maybe I'll take it back with Essex's case. Oh, by the way, I know people have been complaining a lot about the lack of lolly fan service. I mean, I'm not a big lolly guy, but I do have this going on, and they say there's no lolly service. This exists, and this is very recent. This came out like a few months ago. Maybe not as much as we used to, but I mean, they're still doing it.
陛下の分はこっちの種が少ないのにして、あとできれば種を取っておいて。